When I started training for my 4th marathon, I was searching for a shoe that felt like a race day weapon but could handle the weekly grind of training. That's when I found the ASICS Magic Speed 4s, and after 200 kilometers, here's my honest review. As always, I'll start off with how exactly I used the ASICS Magic Speed 4s. Now, before training for my 4th marathon, I was really keen on looking at finding a carbon-plated training shoe that I could use for a majority of my quality sessions. Going back to when I was training for my 2nd and 3rd marathons, I was using my previous race day shoe, the Hoka Rocket X2s, for pretty much every single one of my quality sessions, leaving them with very little mileage left to actually use them for race day. As someone who's used the ASICS brand quite extensively over the past couple years, decided I'd give the Magic Speed 4s a go in terms of a carbon plated racer, using these for all of my quality sessions in my Tokyo Marathon training build. For reference, these were the quality sessions that I used them for, obviously rotating my 2 quality sessions on the Tuesday and then having my tempo runs on the Thursday there. I think I've also covered just over 200 kilometers in these shoes, and when starting my Melbourne Marathon training was also using these for my additional 2 quality sessions each week before getting injured. Similar to the other pairs of ASICS shoes that I owned, found the Magic Speed 4s were also able to accommodate my full length custom orthotic into them with ease and didn't become distracting at all when I was running. And on those days where I was needing a bit of motivation, say between 10 to 14 Ks easy, would pick these up just to bring a bit of life into the run and a bit of joy. So now, my personal thoughts on the Magic Speed 4s. Now, I have to say, these are very close to feeling like a race day shoe, however, are much more comfortable and not as aggressive as some of the carbon plated races out there on the market. The greatest benefit for me out of this shoe was the added stack height. I found my legs weren't really as spent as what they used to be when completing my quality sessions, but also there's an added comfort with this foam that I can't really explain. For me, there was stability to the foam that really let me settle into a pace whilst running my quality sessions, but not getting to the point where I felt like I was losing control in an aggressive kind of racing shoe. The shoe ran true to size in my 10.5 US without any real issues or hotspots when I'd be using them for my sessions. And yeah, the carbon plate is noticeable when you're picking up the paces, but not to the extreme point of an aggressive carbon plated racer. If I could really summarize the Magic Speed 4s, it's almost like a Goldilocks shoe. You get a lot of the benefits of a max cushioned training shoe, but also that added effect of a carbon plated racer feel that allows you to really push those quality sessions. So, would I recommend the ASICS Magic Speed 4s? And that is an overwhelming yes. They get the Jack Runs chockey of approval there. The looks, I'd say, are a 4 out of 5, very sleek, nice design. The run quality is up there with a 5 out of 5, and also the cost. I'm giving a total of a 5 out of 5 as well. They're paying, I think, $250 for a pair of these, and still going strong after just over 200 Ks, I believe. I'd recommend the Magic Speed 4s to a runner looking at dabbling into carbon plated shoes for the first time. I feel like a big draw card to the Magic Speed 4s as well is you're not getting the full hog of a carbon plated racer, but you are getting the longevity. I feel like these shoes could last me between 600 to 800 kilometers if I treat them with care. And lastly, it's also for a runner looking to really get a lot out of that quality sessions. Now, I'm talking more in the fact that this can be a dedicated shoe that absorbs a lot of the mileage that comes with quality sessions, having those extended warm-ups, but also those extended mile-long 2K repeats that you're pushing week in and week out. Those kilometers add up very quickly, so it's good to just have another shoe in the lineup there. So there we have it, friends. My thoughts on the ASICS Magic Speed 4s. Again, one of the most comfortable shoes I've ever worn, and arguably one of my favorites too that I've had in my running journey so far. If you're keen on checking out some more of my shoe reviews, I'll leave a couple up on the screen now here for you to enjoy. I'm Jack, and I'll see you next time. Catch up.